Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Trent Sanderson and you're on the infamous Living Room Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. Why Donald Trump will win this election? You probably want to know, what the hell are you talking about, Trent? Well, I'm going to tell you straight up. The only way Donald Trump will win this election is if people want to continue to be divided. This race is different from this race, and this race is different from that race, and all races are different from each other. You know, Donald Trump will also win if a lot of people don't think that America is great, because his number one slogan is "Make America Great Again." So if there are a lot of people out there thinking, hey, you know what, I'm living a horrible life, or I feel like I haven't been treated fairly by this country, or this country needs to do better, or whatever, he will win some votes from people who literally think that the country is not great and it needs to become great again, which is why I think a lot of people support Donald Trump now, is because a lot of people are in miserable states of consciousness to where they're blaming everything and everyone around them for their well-being. And so for this man to come in with this ultimate master plan and say, hey, let's make America great again, he's speaking to all the people and the crowds of people who really feel like things aren't great, and those things that aren't great could be just personal things in someone's life. So he will also win a lot of votes there. Donald Trump will win because of locker room talk. A lot of people who really talk reckless, on a regular basis, who really has this kind of like shove type mentality of get people out my way so I can do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because the way he comes off is like very, very hostile. Donald Trump to me comes off very, very aggressive, and there are a lot of people in our country who live like that every day. I run into rude people every single day, and these rude people, they don't have no respect for anybody. These are the people that switch into your lane without putting a signal light on. These are the people who disrespect authority, because of their race. Some people that's like, you know what, since this is who I am, as this is what my color is, I can say whatever I want to the police. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I know I'm never going to go to jail. So I think that he would definitely win a lot of voters who think and move like that. So don't get it twisted. Donald Trump is just not some crazy dude who's just saying anything that he want off the top of his head. There are a lot of people who really think like Donald Trump. Me personally, I know men that I've encountered in my life or were friends with in my life who are really truly womanizers. I mean, like to the extent that they really feel like they can, do whatever they want to get over on a woman, and that's just the reality that we live in, guys. But this guy named Donald Trump, he believes that, I guess it's okay to just walk up to a woman and just grope her or what, it's like, like, wow, you can just walk up to a woman and just grope a woman because you have a certain type of status about yourself, or you have a lot of money. And there are a lot of people out there who are rich and have a lot of money who just really feel like they can get their way by any means necessary. I know a lot of rich and famous people who I probably listen to, on certain songs. I'm not gonna name anybody specifically, but in their music or their lyrics, or when I see them on reality shows, or athletes or whatever, when I hear their commentary interviews, they really feel like they can trample over people because they got so much money, so much popularity, so much status. And these will be the people that back Donald Trump. I mean, I'm just being realistic, guys. And when it came down to that video being released not too long ago about how he said that he was a star and he can get away with anything. That's true. I mean, there are a lot of women out there who would do anything for a man, who has a certain status or who has a lot of money, especially a billionaire or something like that. So, I mean, whether you want to call it locker room talk or not, this guy is not lying. He's not sugarcoating or fabricating nothing. I mean, this is the reality that goes on behind the scenes in people's lives. For instance, Hillary Clinton's husband, Bill Clinton. We all know what Bill Clinton did, and what he did is reality. I mean, it goes on every day, which is why a lot of marriages don't stick together because of infidelity and stuff like that. And so this stuff is real, and he's just the type of guy. He comes on the forefront and says it, and a lot of people resonated with it, like, dang, you know what, politicians have never talked like this before. I really feel what he's saying. You know why? Because he's being real. And yeah, he is kind of sort of being real, but at the same time, it's really not political, which is why I don't really agree with everything Mr. Trump says. Now, at the end of the day, do I 100% believe in Mr. Trump? No, but I do believe that 25% of the things that he say is actually true. Although he don't know how to radically word his statements to make it politically accurate, I really feel like he makes big points and he wins a lot of votes simply because he's able to reach the person who really feels like, they really want to make things great again for themselves and, the life that they're living. They want to live a great life. And this is why I support Hillary Clinton, because she believes that, coming together for the better good, for the greater cause is much more important than saying, hey, I think these things are wrong versus what you're saying is right. You know what I'm saying? And he really, Donald Trump creates diversity. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives it off that he wants things to be separated. He already talking about building a wall. No, we don't need to go to that state of living in our country. Our country is coming together more and more and more every century, and it's not gonna happen overnight, to where everything is handy dandy notebook. It takes time for equality. It takes time for all races to come together and see things as on a together type matter. It takes a lot of effort from every individual to realize that hey, we can do this together. We can be great together. It takes a real strong person to believe that, hey, our country's already been great. Why does somebody feel like we need to make our country greater? I love America. Me personally, I love America. It's the greatest country in the world. So much freedom. I can do anything I want to do, especially if I wanted to become a successful person. I can do that. I can accomplish that rather than being in a third world country with like people who don't have the opportunity to do what they want to do, who don't have internet access, rather than being in a country who has a dictator, or a communist country or whatever. We live in America, United States of America. And at the end of the day, I really feel like Hillary Clinton, is the better candidate. Hillary Clinton is automatically the better candidate because, she has the experience of being a political candidate, for over 30 years of work, and she started when she was a little kid, and, she actually went to Yale. And, Donald Trump, on the other hand, yes, he's a great businessman. I actually believe a lot of his business tactics because he uses it all the time when he talks, in his neuro-linguistic programming of saying certain words over and over and over and repeating it just to get it in your brain in order for you to buy what he's saying. So it's like, yeah, I understand what he's doing, so I don't necessarily agree with what he believes. So yeah, therefore my vote goes to Hillary Clinton, guys. There are more people in the United States of America who want to see everybody together than everybody separate. Now, once again, you still have those people that want to stay in their little cubicle of life, and they really feel like they are the only ones should have a major say-so in this country because of their color, their race, their money, their creeds, or whatever. You always gonna have people like that. But I believe that America has become a great country already, and we're definitely looked up to by a lot of different countries. And I believe that Hillary Clinton, she promotes that message very well on a much higher consciousness than Donald Trump. And so I'm gonna end it out like that, guys. That's why Donald Trump will win the election. See you next time. Peace.